Chat about lightweight e-mountain bikes across the world at the moment. On today's video, we're going to show you how you can actually achieve this on your full power e-mountain bike with just a few modifications. John,
yeah,
enough of the banter. Yeah. Let's talk about the fine detail of this bike. Standard off-the-shelf Trek Rail, right? When you bought it?
When I bought it, yes. Standard off the trail, carbon Trek Rail.
Right.
And then with it being a carbon one, I realised I could get it lighter. So I did some modifications in May, which we filmed, but I've gone a little bit further.
So the first bike was 22 kilos.
Yes.
What kind of weight are we talking on this bike now?
We're talking 19.114.
I mean, that is up there with the current lightweight low power bike.
It is, but I must say, we have got a 500 battery in with that.
Yeah.
You know?
But the thing is that, now folks, that is actually the key difference between a light power e-bike and a full power e-bike.
Yeah.
Is actually the size of the battery. You know, we've got 380s, we've got 400s.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a 500.
500, and I'm not getting a lot less mileage than with the 625.
Really?
Because the bike's lighter.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lighter. Because the bike's lighter, you don't seem to have to put as much effort in up the hills.
That's true.
Because, you know.
So basically what we're saying is that even though I don't think we should obsess about weight.
No.
But nevertheless, weight does give you a slight performance advantage.
It definitely gives you a performance advantage when you're lifting over obstacles, we'll say.
But I'm sure you guys would agree as well. We would definitely trade lightweight for good durability on our e-bikes.
Yes. If you've got a full power motor that's sooner than a small motor, obviously you're not putting as much stress on a full power motor as you are on a smaller motor to keep up with the full power guys. Okay,
well, let's talk about the changes that John or Wak has done.
From last time, I put a Yari Lyric fork in with a charger, slightly lighter fork, but nevertheless, it still will do, you know, a lot of rough stuff and the rest of it.
So you had a Zeb on before, right?
I had a Zeb on before.
Yeah. Stanchion widths?
35s, these are, and I've actually put this up to 170.
Have you really?
We all obsess a little bit about 150, 160, 170, but you know when you get a tape measure, have you seen how small the actual difference is?
Not
and
much.
We obsess about it.
So that's interesting. Do you think then, like, we talk about the difference between trail and enduro and super enduro, it's all the same thing,
it's
right?
Really, I like to run a little bit more so I can run it a little bit softer at the bottom. That's all, you know. So I'm running some Hunt trail wide. They're not carbon, not that keen on carbon.
Interesting.
It's
personal thing.
It's just a personal thing, and these will take quite a battery.
Yeah.
You know, just running the Exo tyre.
This is a trail wide, so obviously it's
a trail wide.
It's a lighter wheel set than say an enduro wheel set.
Yes,
right.
a light, but it is still a strongish wheel set.
Yeah.
You can ride all the trails around here. Obviously, if you're going to hit some big rocks, you want to put some thicker tyres on, some, you know, which I have got. I can change the bike virtually by putting a different set of wheels on it.
Yeah.
You
so
know?
you've got so it's obviously it's a trail style wheel tyre on there.
Yes.
It's not a thick side casing, is it?
Not a thick side casing, but a lot of the guys I know ride with these casings. They don't like the feel and the weight of a heavy casing when you're out trail riding, or even you know, trail centres, and a lot of the normal riding, apart from the really rocky stuff. These are fine.
I guess it depends on where you ride, isn't it?
Where you ride. It's where you ride.
Okay, John.
So and the rear wheel is the same, but I'm running a 27 setup here. I have got a 29 as well. Yeah. Which I've got an exact same wheel as this 29. It's running a XTR cassette. Yeah. Which again is lighter.
It doesn't seem to be one of those big dishes, is it?
I like to run a 1045. Yeah. 1045, 1046. Yeah. Because I find...
Is that 12 speed?
It's 12 speed. Yeah. It's 12 speed. I find the big one, I hardly ever use it anyway.
I mean, being so thin?
Being so... No, I don't hardly ever use it. If I have got a big 51, 52, what I generally do is blank it off and use it as a...
Interesting.
To stop it going into the wheel.
Because that can sometimes happen.
Goes in the... I must have been out with lads 3-4 times and the mech's gone into the wheel because the thing's so big, it's stretched like that, just wants a little bit of a knock into the spokes and breaks it.
I think we could consider that to be a wax hack for sure.
Yeah, a wax hack is, if you've got a 51 and you tend not to use it, which a lot don't, I've seen them, these are all worn, that top one's brand new, never been used. So just turn your adjustment screw so you don't use that top one. Use it as a... John,
I'll be honest with you, I've never actually touched one of those things.
Have you not?
No, I haven't.
No.
Right, let's move on. Actually, one thing's interesting, folks, is, and let's know your thoughts on this, is that John hasn't actually gone overboard with carbon parts. You've got alloy wheels, you've got alloy cranks on there.
Hope cranks, hope chain wheel. You know, I've not gone over the top. I could still go a little bit more, but I have sort of retained the strength. Because we don't need it to break, you know.
But one thing that really does set this bike apart, obviously you're big on modifications. Is this little beauty. Talk us through that.
Now, the original Trek battery cover actually weighs 400 grams.
Whoa, almost half a kilo.
Yes.
For the battery cover?
Just for the battery cover.
Right.
So I've made one.
In carbon?
No, they're aluminium. So you buy a carbon bike, a carbon frame, carbon back end.
Did not know that.
And that comes as aluminium battery cover, which weighs 400 grams.
Okay, so this is obviously not stock.
So this isn't standard. This is one I've made.
Do I need to make a disclaimer here, folks? this might void your warranty.
I may void your warranty.
But you can always return it to stock spec.
You can put it back if it doesn't work for you. But it works for me. Running the 500 battery, because as well as it being easy to take off.
Whoa! Look at that. That's factory, right?
And I've got a toolbox.
Wow.
I can put an inner tube in there with a strap. I can put an inner tube, put my tools in, put my sandwiches. I could probably get a small can of beer in there if I really wanted.
Not the kind of cans of beer I'm used to, that's for sure. Look at that. That's factory, isn't it? Now, looks like you've made... No, we covered this actually on the last time we visited John's bike.
Yes.
This is a custom fitting that he's got
custom fitting battery. I've took the lock out, and it's bolted through the existing lock holes to a custom fitting aluminium plate.
Wow.
Which I can take out, and then this
slots on
in there.
Like I said, folks, remember doing this might well void your warranty. But it will make your bike lighter, that's for sure. What about, is there no...
I mean, you used to be able to... You can modify a motorbike, you can modify your trials bike, you can modify your enduro bike, you can modify your car, you can modify most things. Why not modify your mountain bike?
Doesn't seem to have held you back, John.
No. and if you want to turn it back to standard, you can go ahead, save the bits, turn it back to standard.
I do notice this, it seems to be new.
Yes,
bash guard.
A new carbon fibre bash guard. As all Trek Rail owners will know, the existing cast aluminium bash guards take a little bit of a knock, they crack. I broke 3. Whoa. So I'm going to see how I go on with this carbon one.
Right. So that's work in progress, right?
It's work in progress. It'll be fine round here, but as yet I've not tried it on the rocks. But we'll see how it goes.
And you live near some rocks, don't you?
And we live near plenty of rocks.
John, a couple of the bits I've noticed, you've gone for an air shock compared to the coil O-rings last time.
Yes, because only for the lightness. You know, I set out to make this bike as light as I could without going over the top and buying loads of stuff with just stuff I'd got. That's actually was the standard shock that came on this bike. And it's, you know, it's good enough.
It's good.
Yeah, it is. It's good enough. It's a deluxe. It's good enough. The forks are good enough, and it'll do what it's intended for, which is trail riding enduro trail riding. If you want to go enduro downhill riding, then I'd put my Zebs back in, my Olin shot back on, and some downhill wheels.
And give it some beans.
Yeah, give it some beans. Yeah.
John, thanks so much. One other thing I noticed as well, you've actually got some pretty heavy duty brakes on there.
Yeah, well,
the Saints.
There's not a lot of difference if I change the brakes to some slightly lighter ones, and I'd sooner have the performance with the brakes. And it's so easy for me. Tomorrow I shall stick some heavier wheels in it and I'll go riding a bit heavier stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll do it, you know.
So there you go, folks, a bike for all occasions, and it proves that you can actually modify your existing eMTB to make it lightweight.
Well, you don't need to buy two, do you? All you need to really buy is a couple of wheels, maybe a shock or whatever. You don't have to. You can, you know, bit of time, bit of changing, you can change it into a lightweight bike from a heavyweight bike.
John, legend, inspirational as ever. Don't forget to check out Wax Hacks on the weekly show, and see you next time.
See you again. Thank you.